This is Mark Laughlin, living on the raggedy edge. In this case, we'll be looking at securing the motive power of our bug out vehicle with EMP Shield. Our current bug out vehicle is a 2003 Newmar Class A motor coach. But in previous years, our bug out vehicle has been a sailing vessel, ranging from a 32-foot O'Day center cockpit to a 44-foot spindrift pilot house to a Pearson 367 junk rig sailboat. I suggest check out Matt Bracken's article, Get a 30-footer and Go. It's excellent. Link in the description. Now, a bug out vehicle's primary purpose is to establish distance from the unprepared and the desperate. If it can provide immediate shelter, that's even better. Hence, a camper, an RV, a sailboat, a powerboat, or a houseboat. Now, I don't necessarily regard a GenSet as mission critical for a bug out vehicle, but in episode 4, we will be looking at doing an EMP shield on our generator. We are installing a 200 watt solar panel for very rudimentary electric needs. You know, keep the batteries topped off, charge the electronics, run the ham radio, and we'll look at doing a video on protecting a solar setup in episode 5. A tiny wood stove would be a useful EMP resistant addition to our coach. We did have a rather exciting little Dickinson wood stove in our Pearson 367. Another EMP resistant recommendation for your bug out vehicle would be a mountain bike. It's one of the most versatile means of area transportation that you can carry with you. No fuel, and EMP is probably not going to affect your mountain bike unless it affects you. The generous wiring harness on the EMP Shield, this is the model DC12VW, is gas and oil resistant. That's very nice. The ring connector crimps are very secure, and the fuse receptacle is of very high quality. Now, for marine use, I would like to see Ancor ring connectors and maybe Ancor tinned wiring to prevent corrosion in the saltwater environment. But anyway, since I'm going to install this in my motorhome, if we still had a sailboat, I'd want to look at protecting all of the boat's power plant electronics and starting circuit. It'd suck for a bug out day to be windless. And unless I had an old 10 horsepower Saab without such liabilities. So presumably you'd want to protect any onboard electrical generation besides the auxiliary power plant's alternator, things like solar, wind, etc. And if you have a ham radio or SSB radio, you'd want to protect the antenna inputs as well. Now, the EMP Shield's waterproof gray box is filled with a black epoxy to protect the electronics. So it's a black box inside of a gray box. The response time is less than a nanosecond, and it will reset to handle multiple follow-up hits. And that is why you might want to install an EMP shield on your solar installation rather than just carry spare solar charge controllers. EMP Shield is thoroughly tested to 50,000 volts per meter, which is the current U.S. military standard. Unfortunately, the Russian Federation is believed to have HEMP weapons that will generate up to 100,000 volts per meter. I believe the EMP Shield has actually been tested up to 90,000 volts. Well, it ain't a perfect world. It's all about improving your odds, not necessarily being 100% secure. EMP Shield offers a nice warranty, but really if an EMP or geomagnetic disturbance takes down the grid and it takes down your vehicle, there probably isn't going to be much recourse warranty-wise. Confidence comes from the rather extensive testing done by EMP Shield. So anyway, I was planning to do the installation while camping up in the Bighorn Mountains, It would really suck if EMP Day snuck up on me with this device sitting in the drawer waiting for the ideal scenic backdrop for this video. Installation is very easy. The unit includes an abundant wiring harness, so find a smooth, flat surface for the 3M adhesive pad to adhere to. Clean it with a degreaser like Simple Green, and then wipe clean with some rubbing alcohol, and then let thoroughly dry. The adhesive is pretty stout. I even used it to mount a new automatic electric switch in our coach, which weighs much more than EMP Shield. Route the wires to the battery. I use some flexible split conduit to help contain and protect the 3 wires, and zip tied them every 8 to 10 inches. The connections are simple. The green wire goes to the chassis. Now I had this convenient stud on my chassis where an EMP surge could be shunted. Now the black wire connects to the negative terminal on the battery, and the red wire connects to the positive terminal. Pretty easy. My battery has some marine accessory terminals that makes things even easier. Once connected, the little green light will light on the EMP Shield. If you're not getting the green light, check that your connections are correct and that the 20 amp inline fuse is not blown or is not fully seated. Easy peasy. So now I think I'll go have a beer, watch the sunset, and wait for an EMP or CME to hit. EMP Shield products are offered to protect homes, vehicles, RV, shore power, generators, solar systems, wind generators, ham, SSB antennas. They even have done telecommunications central office EMP deployments. If you'd like to learn more about self-defense, marksmanship, and firearms, check out our Ambgun, AMBGUN, ambidextral gunfighter channel at www.ambgun.com. That's ambgun.com, or youtube.com/ambgun. Links all down in the description. So check out EMP Shield at empshield.com. There'll be a link down in the description. And also be sure and check out the empshield.com. Check out their library. They have a complete library of information on electromagnetic pulse as well as geomagnetic disturbances. In the next episode, we'll be checking out the RV version of the EMP Shield, which is basically a 110 powered, I guess a 15 amp help that you can plug in smaller RVs basically with and provide some protection from your shore power. Be good for boats and RVs, I do believe. This is Mark Laughlin, living on the raggedy edge. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.